Hey, what's up guys and welcome back to Anime King 2, and today I'm going to be giving you part 2 of What If Naruto Was Treated Like Gaara. Remember to get this one to 100 like as usual, share this to all of your friends on your social media platform, and also guys, go ahead and check out the brand new episode of What If Naruto Found the Uzumaki Curse over in Anime King 3. And over in Anime King I post a brand new episode of What If Naruto Found the Shinigami weapon, so go ahead and check out that and enjoy guys. If you're new, yes, you heard that correctly, you have not misheard that. I did have 3 channels, Anime King 2, Anime King 3, which I post What If on every single day for you guys to enjoy. So go ahead and click that red subscribe button and become part of the Anime King family. And thank you for all of your help and your support. Remember to comment down below and tell me if you're new. I'll be planning talking about to all of you. And also guys, remember to turn on that bell notification to stay posted and see exactly when I post. So without further ado, let's begin this new episode. Start the intro. So the last time we left off, Minato was in the process of sealing the Kyuubi inside of his son, as Harrison and Saratobi was there. As Minato summoned the dead god, but something happened in that moment. The chakra inside of Naruto started to behave rather irradical, as a chakra that was sealing Minato to take to the grave was sapped out of him. And the rest of the fox was also sealed within Naruto as well. Minato died as his soul was taken away, shocking Harrison and Jiraiya that happened, as he's never seen something like this in a sealing process before. They didn't know what went wrong, but they took Naruto back to the village as Harrison was the one to announce it in the council room as people called for Naruto's death. But Harrison was against that, as he had someone to adopt Naruto, and that was none other than Yamato. Because of his Mokidan, he was able to keep Naruto under check. So with that, after agreeing to the proclamation, Yamato took Naruto under his care. Some years passed as Naruto was hated by the people, really hated because they saw him as a beast incarnate, as he has been suppressing his feelings for so long, until one night he snuck out to get some ramen as Yamato was sleeping, as Naruto found himself cornered by a bunch of people as they started to beat him. It was then the fox started to speak to him and told him that he shouldn't let this happen, he should give in to his instincts, give in to his rage, as Naruto was having a hard time dealing with all these emotions, the anger. So he gave in, as the fox said. The fox chakra then consumed him as Naruto slaughtered the people. It actually brought a smile to his face as he watched their blood drench his hands. The chakra on his hands turned into daggers and spikes, as the fox chakra was like a massive defense that could block anything, as Naruto enjoyed ripping them to pieces and enjoy seeing their guts. He massacred them. It didn't take long for rumors to spread, as Itachi had saw the red chakra with his Sharingan, and that brought more hate on Naruto. But Naruto did not care. Yamato on the other hand, he didn't like when people was picking on Naruto, as he came to see Naruto as his younger brother. And people, they got what they deserved when they attacked him, even though he was a Konoha shinobi. The treatment that he was getting was unfair and unjust. So he helped Naruto buy his shinobi gear, as he was taking care of him rather well. But Naruto was turning and changing differently, seeing that he wasn't really acting the same anymore, as he had given in to his darker instinct, his darker thoughts. And the fox was boosting that with his killer intent and the malice, with all of that power stored inside Naruto. And Naruto enjoyed it. So with that, he made his way on his morning run as he was attacked. He was attacked by a Uchiha, who thought that it would be well for him to kill the demon brat, and people would like the clan even more and like him. But Naruto went and murdered the man, using that red chakra once again. There was a girl there. As her name was Hinata, she kept on watching him as he attacked the people and slaughtered them as he tried to kill him. She asked him why he did that, as Naruto said that he was a pariah, and they hate him, so he attacked them back. As Naruto was gonna start the academy very soon, when he arrived there, Iruka didn't like the kid that very much. Judging by his attitude, Iruka believed that he was a fox that murdered his parents. So he saw Naruto as a monster, but Naruto did not care. Hinata was surprised as she remembered him. Iruka took the kids outside to test their physical exercise. As Naruto went out there with Hinata talking small talks. Despite his homicidal tendencies, he was normal, as he talked to her rather normally. Arriving out there, Naruto was supposed to face off against Sasuke, as Naruto made Sasuke look like a child with the way he handled him. Iruka decided to give it a go himself, as Naruto accepted the challenge, but Iruka was not using a normal fighting. Considering that he came towards Naruto with an incredible amount of speed, he actually wanted to hurt Naruto as well. So yeah guys, it was basically less we left off. You guys can switch across the place and check it out for yourself, and also guys, go ahead and check out the Uzumaki Clan Curse, yes guys, and also, go ahead and check out the brand new episode of the King of What If Naruto found the Shinigami weapons, and enjoy that guys. And yeah, without further ado, what is to begin this new episode, let's get right into this guys. Iruka thrust forward. As his kunai was in his hand, he thrust it towards Naruto's chest. As Naruto gripped both trench knife, he blocked Iruka's blade and thrust towards the man's throat. Iruka blocked with his other kunai, as he sent his knee towards Naruto's face, as Naruto jumped away. As both of them sized each other up, as Naruto threw one of his knives towards Iruka, before he vanished in a burst of speed. Iruka ducked under the knife, as he spun around, as Naruto was in mid-air, as he brought both blades towards the man's skull to kill him right there and then. But Iruka lashed out a leg to kick Naruto out of the air, only for the blonde to flip. As he landed over to the side, Naruto shot off the ground at record speeds, as he did a spinning kick towards the man's temple. Iruka dodged, but Naruto brought his other foot around and slammed it inside Iruka's face, launching him toward the tree. As Naruto landed, the students all gasped in shock. Iruka picked himself up as he signaled a point for Naruto. There were 3 points and Naruto got the first one. This time, Naruto was the one that moved. Iruka hopped over him as he brought his heel down to slam Naruto's head into the soil. But to his surprise, Naruto turned and grabbed his leg and he actually yanked him with such force out of the air that he was pulled and hit the ground hard. As Naruto braced his feet and brought it down, Iruka had to move his head as Naruto's feet crushed the ground where his head once was. As Naruto launched himself towards Iruka like a wild animal, Iruka had to be mindful of the trench knife that Naruto had. One wrong move and he would be bleeding badly. Iruka grabbed Naruto's wrist and spun him around and threw him, as Naruto flipped and landed on his feet. He's stronger and faster than I thought, Iruka said to himself, surprised that Naruto was actually still going with him. Iruka moved forward as he increased his speed, but Naruto was able to see him just fine. Iruka came towards Naruto's kunai as he thrust it, but Naruto moved and brought his trench knife down, but Iruka blocked it. As Naruto swung his other hand towards him, Iruka stepped back. As Naruto didn't move, he was upon him in seconds. Iruka backpedaled, but Naruto was just upon him once again and slashed as he slashed. He left himself open as he was able to dodge Naruto's attack, as Naruto's left fist cracked into his chest. Iruka felt something inside his body crack. One or probably 2 of his ribs, as he stepped back in pain. You can submit, said Naruto. No one will fault you for giving up because of your injuries. No, Iruka said, shaking his head. In fact, this is a good lesson. In the ninja world, if you're injured, more than often the enemy that you're fighting will not let you go. This simulates fighting in the real world. 3 points. Someone is fatally injured, knocked unconscious or worse. So let us continue. As Naruto moved once again, shocking the kids by his speed, Iruka blocked the attack, but he winced as his ribs were acting up in pain. As Naruto saw the opening, as he slammed his fist directly into his chest, as Iruka cried out in pain. As Naruto grabbed his ankle before he could fly off and slammed him face first on the ground. Iruka was on the ground groaning in pain. Someone, take him to the nurse, said Naruto as he walked away. Hinata walked over. Don't you think that was a bit too much, he said, as 2 students carried him to the nurse. I told him to submit, said Naruto. Hinata tapped him on the shoulder for him to turn around. As Naruto saw a bunch of kids walking to them, that was pretty low taking down Sensei by striking his hurt ribs. And we're gonna make you pay, a boy with wild brown hair replied, as Naruto saw the two markings under his eyes. You're Inuzaka, correct? The boy nodded. I've already killed one, and he was a Chunin. The boy stepped back, but then he regained his composure. You're gonna pay for that. But know this, I am lot different from whoever you fought. I am second in line to become clan head. Remember that. As Naruto looked at the pup in his jacket. Don't fight me, because if you do, all of you will die. As Naruto released killer intent, they jumped to their knees in fright. Come on, Hinata, he said. Hinata nodded as the two walked back into school. The moment the door closed, the killer intent vanished. As the boy with the brown hair was surprised he was still breathing hard. Bastard, he said, clenching his fists. Time skip. Alright, class. Today is your final exam. If you pass this, you will become Genins of Konoha. The first portion will be a written test, which you have 2 hours to finish. Mizuki passed out the test, Aruka said. Mizuki passed out said papers, as Naruto looked down towards his paper as he sighed. This is pointless. How is being able to pass this test show that you're ready to be a ninja? If anything, this test should be given to civilians, and we should be given a test of our practical skills. True, but stop whining about it and take the test. If I'm stuck in here, my host won't be a baby about trivial things, said the Kyuubi. Naruto growled as he started taking the test. Halfway through the test, Naruto realized the page shimmered slightly as he flipped it. I see, he said. Release. As he broke the genjutsu on the paper. No, that's a real test, he said. As he realized he had 40 minutes left, he went to sleep afterwards. Once those 40 minutes were up, alright everyone, turn in your papers, Aruka said, as he saw a few kids writing in a few last minute work. Alright, there will be an hour break so that we can grade said tests. After the break, we'll move on to the second round, Taijutsu portion. As Naruto motioned for Hinata to follow him, as they made their way towards the roof of the academy. Naruto, why did your test have a genjutsu on it? Yours didn't, said Naruto. No, said Hinata. I even checked with my Byakugan after I saw you release it. I see, said Naruto. Well, we have some free time. We might as well relax. As Hinata lied down with him, as he looked up to the sky. The door then opened to show Shino Aberami. My apologies. I didn't mean to intrude on your privacy, he said. You're not intruding on our privacy, relaxed, said Naruto. Shino nodded, as he walked out and sat down. This is strange. I've been going to school with you for about 4 years now, and this is the closest we've actually been. I thought you feared me like everyone else. I do not fear you. I just saw no valid reason to talk to you. There was no justification in us conversing, said Shino. So you don't fear me? Why not? I am a monster, said Naruto. You are not the beast inside of you. You are a person just like I am, said Shino. I know I'm not the Kyuubi. Anyone with eyes could see that. I said I'm a monster, and I enjoy being one, killing the pathetic villagers when they attack me. Now bring peace to my soul. I cherish their screams. So tell me, why aren't you afraid of me? Shino adjusted his shapes. I am not a villager, nor have you gone out of your way to torment me. So why should I fear you, he said, as Naruto glanced up towards him, before he released a small chuckle. I like you, he said. The group returned back, once the break was over, as Naruto noticed the girls fighting over who get to sit beside Sasuke. He walked past as he was bumped by one of the girls, resulting in him sliding into the seat next to the lone Uchiha. The room dropped into dead silence. Naruto, move now, said Sakura, as she tried to send killer intent on him. Pathetic, said Naruto, as his eyes dropped on her. Her and the rest of the girls backed away in fear, as they felt a feeling of dread swallow them whole. He didn't mean to sit here. It was just that the girl bumped into him. As he got up to move to his real seat as he saw Shino sitting down there as Hinata and Shino left a seat for him. Well, this is new. It seems you joined our small group, Shino, said Naruto. Hinata suggested I sit with the two of you. So me joining your group was her doing, said Shino. Naruto was about to reply until he was cut off. More like a band of circus freaks, said Kiba. He was about to say something else until the killer intent from Naruto paralyzed everyone in the class in utter fear. Except for Hinata and Shino, that is. Inuzaka, if I were you, I'd watch my words. My temper and patience are not to be tested. Before anyone else could say anything, Haruka and Mizuki entered the room. As Naruto slowly dropped the killer intent. Alright everyone. Let's go to the dojo. We'll be having the next portion of our exam there. As the class filed out, they made their way to said dojo as they lined up. Okay, the way you will be paired is that those closest in skills will fight each other. You all will be graded on your Taijutsu skill. Winning the spar will boost your grade, but losing won't affect it. First we'll have the top two boys in class. Naruto Uzumaki and Sasuke Uchiha. Both walk towards the opposite side. As Haruka raised his hand. Before he dropped it, begin! Sasuke was the first one to move. As he reached Naruto within seconds, he sent a jab towards his face as Naruto tilted his head. Before he tilted the other jab, as Sasuke moved with a vicious spinning kick before Naruto backpedaled, he then suddenly stopped and thrust forward. Sasuke was not prepared for that as he was viciously hit in the stomach. The blow lifted him off his feet as Naruto jumped and slammed a kick into his chest, knocking him back down to the ground. Sasuke managed to flip as he landed, as he gripped his chest in pain. As Naruto landed and gave him a blank look, it sent chills down Sasuke's spine. Naruto didn't move, as Sasuke felt pain as Naruto's left leg was embedded into his stomach. He was launched towards the wall but he flipped. His feet landed on said wall as he shot forward, pushing off, but before he could hit Naruto, Naruto was gone as he landed. He looked around only to feel a harsh kick in his back as his face slammed into the ground. Sasuke tried to get up but Naruto slammed his heel in the back of his head. Enough, Haruka says. He stopped the match. Rushing over as he turned Sasuke over. Blood was leaking from his forehead and he was out cold. He quickly pulled out a cloth and pressed it to the wound. Mizuki, take him to the nurse immediately. Mizuki kept pressure on the wound as he rushed off with him. Haruka glanced towards Naruto before he asked, "You wear weights, correct?" "Yes," said Naruto. "Did you take them off to get extra speed?" "No. I was just letting Uchiha get the sense of security." "So, when he thought he could keep up with me, I increased my speed to finish him off." Haruka did not reply as he turned to the top girls. Hinata, Hyuga and Ino Yamanaka are next. As they walked towards the opposite areas, asking them if they were ready, they nodded. "Begin," Haruka said as he jumped away. "Isn't it funny that both of our men fought each other and now we're gonna fight," Ino said. Hinata blushed at the thought of Naruto being her man, but she did not reply. "He's not yours, Ino," Pig Soccer yelled. Ino ignored her and rushed forward as she did a spinning kick, but Hinata caught the leg and tapped it with her finger and pointer finger. Ino landed as she jumped back, as she shook her foot several times to regain feeling in it. "Alright, not my smartest idea," she said to herself. Ino moved forward as she left a swinging jab towards Hinata's stomach, but it was a fake, as her right hand shot towards her face, but Hinata leaned back. Hinata used both of her hands to balance her on the ground, as her heel slamming Ino's chin, causing her to stagger back. As Ino regained her composure and grabbed Hinata's leg as she swung and launched her towards the wall, as Hinata crashed into it. Ino smirked. "Haruka sensei, call it. She's down." Haruka called it, "Winner. Hinata, Hyuga." "Wait, what?" "You must never turn your back to your opponent," Ino said. Ino was confused as she turned to see Hinata behind her, 2 fingers right at her neck. As Hinata walked over towards Naruto and Shino. "You getting a mean streak," said Naruto. "You've been hanging around me too much. You didn't even stutter either." I didn't realize," she said. As Naruto sighed. Well, she couldn't help it sometimes. The next pair was Shino Aburame versus Kanaishi Tatsuki. Shino walked towards a tall boy with dark green hair, forest green long shirt, and navy blue pants. As Haruka asked them if they were ready, they nodded. "Begin," he said. Tatsuki rushed towards Shino and leaped over his head before he attacked Shino from behind, but Shino ducked under the blow without even looking. He swept away Tatsuki's legs before he turned and punched him right in the throat as the boy started to gasp. Shino then moved forward. "Enough. I seem to have misjudged both of your levels," said Haruka. "Winner, Shino Aburame," he said. "Seeing that we're done, we can leave, right?" said Naruto. Just be back by 1 so that we can finish the final portion of the test, Aruka said. As Naruto walked out of the room with Hinata. As he reached the door, he turned. Hey Shino, you coming? Shino didn't reply, but he made his way over. Hey, you guys want something to eat, said Naruto. Eating would be best. The ninjutsu portion of the test is next. Taking that test on an empty stomach would be illogical, said Shino. Gotcha. But a simple yes does work as well, said Naruto. As he led them towards ramen stand. Ramen, said Shino. The best food ever, said Naruto. Shino glanced towards Naruto, the child who was most likely to kill more people in our village, and even boast Jonins likes ramen. Odd. Well, his name does mean fish cake. Shino thought to himself as a group walked into the ramen stand. Well, if it isn't Naruto and company, what can I get you guys? It's okay. The usual for me, said Naruto. As he turned towards two of them, what would you guys like? One vegetable ramen, said Hinata. A miso ramen, said Shino. As Tuki made his way to prepare the meals, as a girl came out. Ah, well, it seems that Naruto-chan has brought some friends. As Naruto rolled his eyes. Hinata, Shino, this is Ayam. Ayam, this is Hinata Hyuga, and Shino are bearing me, my friends. So, how long have you known the cutie and Mr. Mysterious? Asked Ayam. She had a smirk on her face as she spoke. She saw Hinata blush as that made her smirk increase. But Shino was blank. I met Hinata the day of that incident. Shino and I are classmates, but this is the first that we've associated with each other, said Naruto. Ayam nodded. She was about to say something else, but okay. Voice cut her off. Ayam, come get your orders. As Ayam nodded, she made her way. She came back a moment later, as she brought to the tray for Hinata and Shino. She then went back in the kitchen and came back out with a tray that was stacked with bowls upon bowls. One of everything, she said. She placed them in front of Naruto. Just how I like it, he said. 20 minutes later, Hinata and Shino looked towards Naruto in shock as he finished the last bowl of ramen. Well, let's head back, said Naruto. As he paid for the ramens, the two were still shocked. Alright class, this is the finals of the exams. Each of you will be brought into the room, and there you'll perform a transformation jutsu, a substitution jutsu, and a clone jutsu. If you can perform all the jutsus, you pass the exam. If you cannot, you will fail. You can retake the academy next year, or take a civilian job in the village. Aruka stated as he looked toward the clipboard in his hand, as he was going off last names. Shino or Burmy. Great. I'll have to wait till 19 kids take the test first. As Naruto placed head on the decks, he was awoken by Hinata. Naruto, it's your turn, she said. As Naruto woke up to see Shino with a headband in his forehead, Hinata had one around her neck. As Naruto made his way towards that room, as he saw Mizuki with shurikens in his hand, as Aruka had a clipboard. Alright Mizuki, we'll be throwing the weapons at you. I need you to use the substitution jutsu to dodge at least 3 waves of them. He will throw 5 waves. Nod if you're ready. As Naruto nodded, immediately Mizuki launched. First a hand of kunai over to the left side towards him, as they struck. As Naruto collapsed on the ground, Mizuki smirked at that. Aruka walked over as Naruto poofed away, revealing a chair, as the real Naruto was currently up, where the seats were. Impressive, Naruto. Now, again, as Mizuki launched shurikens this time, as Naruto was gone, he was now in the back of the class. Again, as Mizuki launched them where he thought that Naruto would be, and he then launched the other hand of shuriken when he assumed Naruto would appear there. To Mizuki's dismay though, Naruto substituted twice and avoided both strikes. Mizuki frowned as he picked up the last handful and chucked them at Naruto. But Mizuki then cried out in pain, as Aruka realized that Naruto switched places with Mizuki the moment he threw the weapons, as he got hit in the side. Aruka rushed over as he helped him remove the weapons. I'm fine, said Mizuki, as they didn't went that deep. He bandaged himself up right there. Alright Naruto, perform your transformation jutsu. As Naruto did as he was told, Aruka thought that Naruto transformed into an older version of himself, but when he took a closer look he realized that Naruto transformed into the 4th Hokage. In 5 years, he will look like a carbon copy of the 4th Hokage. Now perform the clone jutsu. Naruto nodded as 9 chakra tails shot from behind him as 8 of them hit the ground. As they shifted, the next moment the 8 tails transformed into a carbon copy of Naruto. You care to tell me what kind of clones those are? Ask Aruka. They don't have a name. I just attempt to make them one day and they work. I guess you can call them demonic clones. The clones lost their shape as the tails, returned back to Naruto, as they were seated back inside of him. Alright then, Naruto Uzumaki. You pass. As he handed Naruto his headband, as Naruto took it and tied her on his arm. As he entered, he noticed Ino walked out, as he saw Shino over beside the window. What happened to Shino, Hinata? Naruto asked. It was Sakura-san. She crushed an insect that he was observing. Then she insulted him, so he walked over to the window. As Naruto walked over to Shino, as he noticed, he had his fists clenched. There will be opportunities to get them all back, said Naruto. But will you be strong enough, he asked. After a moment of silence, he finally spoke. I will be strong enough, he said. Not with your clan jutsu alone, said Naruto. Ino returned back to the class. Well, for all of you that passed, congratulations. The ones that fail, I apologize, but you still have an opportunity to try again next year. So this is your chance to buckle down and get ready for next year if you fail. For the rest of you, congratulations, he said. As they made their way outside, his parents were there to congratulate their students, as Naruto noticed that Yamato was nowhere to be found. He was probably on a mission, so he made his way off. He didn't feel like going home, so he wandered the place. After about an hour of wandering, he found himself at the Hokage monument near the waterfall, as he lied down there and just started to watch the sky. It was then that something brushed past him, as he looked to see a figure leaping from branch to branch, as he was clutching onto something, a rather large scroll, and he was looking behind him every single second. As Naruto moved, the figure did not see him, so he crashed right into him. Fortunately though, a tail of chakra slapped the figure to the side as he crashed in the waterfall. The large scroll that he was carrying dropped to the ground right under the tree that Naruto was in. Curiosity got the better of him as he dropped down to see what the scroll was. The scroll of sealing, he said. I wonder what it's doing here. As he opened up said scroll. Well, no one will mind if I take a quick peek, he said. As Naruto pulled out some hidden scrolls from his pockets, as they were blank, as he started copying the jutsu that he saw. Over 1 hour later, Naruto copied almost all the jutsus, things that he didn't understand, but he will soon enough. He didn't even care about the person that he had knocked out with that single flick of the chakra tail, as the person had crashed right in the waterfall, hitting a stone and been knocked out. Luckily, they had not dropped face first or they would have drowned. As Naruto copied, and also learned. As he learned a rather interesting one first, the shadow clone technique. These were much more stable than a normal clone jutsu. After some time, Mizuki finally woke up, but he woke up at the wrong time as Aruka arrived. Mizuki was drenched as Aruka arrived at the scene. What is going on here, he said. You want this, don't you, Mizuki, said Naruto. How do you know, demon, he said. Lucky guess. Mizuki did not saw what hit him. The only thing he knew, he was moving. Next thing he knew, he woke up after being unconscious for some time. Well, just to spite you, I'm not gonna give it to you, said Naruto. Well then, said Mizuki, you've sealed your fate, as he pulled a Fuma Shuriken and launched it. Naruto did not even move as a chakra tail emerged from him and slapped away the Fuma Shuriken. Mizuki threw 5 explosive tags as Naruto jumped up, but the explosion went off. Mizuki smirked as he saw the scroll. He reached down to grab it until Naruto grabbed his wrist. Mizuki glanced up at those blood-red eyes. No, that wasn't nice, said Naruto. Your attack almost hit me. As Naruto yanked him downwards and crashed his knee into his chest. The sound of many ribs cracking could be heard as Mizuki dropped and started to cough up blood. Naruto gave him no time to recover as he grabbed his face and slammed the back of his head into the ground. He then dropped his foot in Mizuki's chest. Not once, not twice, not thrice, but 4 times. He then started to step as he smirked as blood poured out of the man's mouth. That was pathetic. You weren't even a warm-up. In fact, I was hoping that you let me use some of the jutsu I just learned. But you were just pathetic, said Naruto, as he pulled one of his trench knife and started to channel wind chakra into it. Naruto, there's no need to kill him. He cannot fight back, Aruka said. See, this is why people believe that Konoha Shinobi are weak. You're all too merciful. As Naruto sliced his head clean off, blood splattered on his face. Aruka stood there as he looked at Naruto, as he had saw the scene outplayed, so he knew what happened. But the way Naruto murdered him in cold blood, well, he should expect this, right? Given the things that Naruto had done so far. I guess you can handle the rest, said Naruto. as he placed away his strange knife and vanished, leaving Aruka with the dead body of Misuke, and the scroll of sealing as well. Time skip. Alright, we have 16 this year, and I need 3 more Jonins. Kakashi, Kurna, and Asuma have already volunteered since Sarutobi, as he looked at the room full of Genins, but no one stepped up. Fine, I'll choose myself. Hayama, Genma, Ryuka. Everyone else dismissed, he said. The door swung open though. Hokage-sama, as a panting uncle came in, I would like to request to train a Genin team. Uncle was the last person that he would expect to train a Genin squad because, well, she enjoyed traumatizing people. May I ask why, Uncle, he said, as he was not really sure about this. Well, I saw this group of academy children on the roof. First I thought nothing of it because I was just going on my way, but I realized it was the village Jinjuriki, the Hyuga princess and the Aberme heir. I was confused why a group like that would be together. I trailed them. Their reactions and their interaction with their classmates interest me. As shinobis, we're supposed to follow instincts, and my instinct is telling me that that team will become the best team of this year. Maybe even better than Stalin, she said. The people were surprised by that, and I want to train them. Well, this is a new development. The teams were already created. I was just gonna assign senseis right now. Well, I guess we can discuss it right now. Jaime, you will be teaching Team 1. Genma, Team 2. Ryuka, Team 4. Since this won't affect your teams, you can all leave. Pick up your teams tomorrow, at 1. The 3 of them nodded as they left the room. Alright, originally, the teams are going to be Sasuke Uchiha, Shikamaru Nara, and Hinata Hyuga. That will be taught by Kakashi. Then Naruto Uzumaki, Kiba Inazaka, and Ino Yamanaka. That will be taught by Asuma. They would have been infiltration due to Ino, Mind Jutsu, and Naruto and Kiba, ranking stealth. Team 10 would have been Shino Aberme, Choji Akimichi, and Sakura Haruno, taught by Kurnai. They would have been our detention team due to Shino and Choji, clan jutsu, and Sakura has an impressive chakra control so Kurnai could teach her genjutsu for capturing purposes. You on the other hand, Uncle, I would like to hear what you have in your mind. Well, Team 7 could be Sasuke Uchiha, Sakura Haruno, and Kiba Inazaka. They could be an assault team under Kakashi. I could teach Team 8 with Naruto Uzumaki, Shino Aberme, and Hinata Hyuga. We could be an assassination team, but Kurnai interrupted. Uncle, your team only has one member suited towards assassination missions, and that would be Naruto. Shino bugs are used to subdue enemies, and I have known Hinata for a long time. She just doesn't have it in her to kill. You may have been right about her, but I saw the look in her eye today when she won her spar. Well, just a little more probing and she'll be ready. And not to mention Shino attacks can be lethal, but I can also train him in other ways. Then the last team will be the Inoshika-cho, taught by Asuma. Their father teamwork was legendary. I'm sure it will fit for this year. It would be a shame to let them go to waste now. Sarutobi sighed as he thought over it. As he wondered, should he let them remain the same or should he change them? Time skip next day as Naruto wondered who his teammates were gonna be. Shino and Hinata would be the best teammates for him, but with his horrible luck he will be stuck with Kiba and Haruno. Honestly, whoever allowed that pink-haired banshee to become a ninja should die a rather painful death. If I ever meet them, I will kill them slowly and painfully. As Naruto entered, he saw Ino and Sakura cursed at each other again, but he was stopped by Sasuke as he had bandage over his forehead. What? Said Naruto. You'll pay for this, said Sasuke. I just want to let you know that. As Sasuke got rather close to him with a deadly glare, one of the fangirls bumped into Naruto, and Sasuke see that they were so close, as the both of them were about to fall towards each other. As Naruto wouldn't allow this to happen, so he substituted with someone. No! Sakura screamed as she watches Ino make contact with Sasuke's lips. Ino was enjoying the moment. She didn't know what happened, but she was kissing Sasuke. Sasuke was too stunned to respond as Aruka entered the room. He was surprised to what he saw as he coughed to snap them out of what they were doing. As Sasuke was blushing a bit, Ino's face was red. Meanwhile, are you two ready? As Naruto was speaking to Shino and Hinata. As Aruka realized that Naruto was choosing to ignore him while he was giving his speech. Naruto, he said. What? Said Naruto. Pay attention, I'm assigning the teams right now. Did you already call my name? Said Naruto. Haruka shook his head. Then I don't see a problem, said Naruto. Haruka eye twitched. Team 7 will be Sasuke Uchiha, Kiba Inazaka, and Sakura Haruno, as Sakura started cheering happiness. Ino responded a small sigh. Sakura was happy. She will be the next one to get a kiss from Sasuke. Ino will never come close to him ever again. Never! Moving on, Haruka said, after a quiet class. Team 8 will be Naruto Uzumaki, Shino Aburami, and Hinata Hyuga. As Naruto was surprised, he actually got what he wanted. Team 10 will be Ino Yamanaka, Choji Akimichi, and Shikamaru Nara. Your Jonin Sensei will be here after lunch. You're all dismissed, he said. The group made their way towards Ichiroku Ramen. Ah, Naruto, you're back, with your friends as well. Your orders? The usual, said Naruto. Vegetable ramen, please, said Hinata. Miso ramen, said Shino. After eating, they made their way back. Wow, took you losers long enough, said Kiba. Inazaka, said Naruto. I have failed to kill you because I promised my brother I wouldn't kill academy students. But what you fail to realize is, we're no longer academy students. A chakra arm shot from Naruto's arm and pinned Kiba to the wall. As Naruto started to enclose on him as Kiba couldn't breathe, Hinata placed a hand on his shoulder. Naruto-kun, please, don't kill him, she said, as she tried to keep a blush off her face from touching him. As he glanced towards her, before he released the Inazaka as he dropped to the ground gasping for breath. I will not spare your life again, Mut, said Naruto. Looks of fear and shock were on everyone's faces as they looked at him, but he didn't really care about them. As they kept on looking at him, I see that you all fail to realize that my statement is referring to all of you. We are no longer in the academy, so I suggest you all look away before I make sure I'm the last thing that you see. Before you die. Everyone instantly looked away in fear. Haruka then came in. Before you all move on, I just want to say it's been a pleasure teaching all of you. These last four, the door was swinged open. Team 8, I am Uncle Midarashi. I want you all at training ground for in 5 minutes. If you're not there by time run out, it's best if you don't arrive at all, Uncle said, as she flashed away. She was just like what Yamato said she would be. Well, this will be interesting, said Naruto. What do you mean, Naruto-kun? Asked Hinata. You'll see, said Naruto, as they made their way. Well, you guys are fast. I guess you impressed me so far. Let's see if we continue. The name is Uncle Midarashi. I like Dango. Interrogation, especially the torturing part. I dislike traitors. My dream is to be the head of the division of torturing and interrogation in Anbu. Alright, Blondie, you're next. My name is Naruto Uzumaki. I like the people that are close to me and ramen. I dislike almost everything else. My dream. Well, I don't have one, he said. A little strange, but nevertheless. Your next, princess. My name is... As Hinata stuttered. Uncle cut her off. The stuttering ends here right now. If you stutter, you will be ignored. Come on, you're Kunoichi for Christ's sake. Buck up! As Hinata nodded. My name is... She took a breath. My name is Hinata Hyuga. I like my friends, cinnamon rolls, and pressing flowers. I dislike those who look down on others. My dream is to become a strong clan head and unite my family into one. See? Was that so bad? No, Shades, you're up, she said looking towards Shino. My name is Shino Aburami. I like training, studying insects. I dislike people who kill insects for no valid reason. My dream is to find unique insects and add them to my hive, said Shino. Uncle shrugged at that. Now, this is the forest of death, she said, pointing behind her. If you pass my test, this will be your home away from home, but we're not going to use her today, she said. Today your test is to find and try to assassinate me, without I noticing your presence before it's too late, Uncle said. Why would we kill you, Sensei? Asked Hinata, confused. Oh, you'll be killing a shadow clone of me. Each of you will take turns. So who won't go first, she said, as Naruto raised his hand. Alright then, as she created a clone. Whenever you're ready, as the clone went off. As Naruto made his way, he found the clone sometime later, waiting for him, seeing that it was just standing there in a clearing. As Naruto started to draw the Kyuubi's chakra, The chakra encased his arms as he slammed them on the ground. For a moment nothing happened until 4 chakra arms burst from the earth. She tried to escape but they were just too fast, and not to mention it was a clone, as she was grabbed. The chakra arms wrapped her in her arms and legs as they pulled and tore her apart as she poofed away. As Anko got by the memories, as Naruto came out of the forest. I've seen better but nice effort, you pass. You're next, princess. Hinata nodded as she made her way. It was easy for her to find Anko using her Byakugan as she stopped a few feet behind the clone, hiding. How am I gonna kill her? All of my Jigen attacks are close range combat. She will see me. She's a Jonin, so a simple Kuna and a shuriken will not work. Oh, I know. Kurenai-sensei, thanks for this, she said. Demonic illusion. Butterfly evolution. A single butterfly flew in the air, but the clone ignored it as she continued to look for Hinata. Soon there was another, then another, then another, as the clearing was filled with butterflies. As Anko realized that this wasn't natural, they flapped their wings. As she cursed, she tried to jump away, but it was too late. They all exploded as they revealed to be explosive tags. Hinata checked the area before she went back to the clearing. Did Kurenai teach you that, Uncle asked? Yes, she has taught me a few. That was one of my favorites. Well that's good. Ask her to keep on teaching you them since these two would be heavily ninjutsu. And if you have genjutsu, all we would need is a medic and this team will be one of the best in Konoha. Well, they're up Shino. As Shino made his way, once he was far enough he placed hand on the ground. Secret technique. Insect gathering, he said. As multiple insects came from the ground as he started to collect around his hand. As he picked up 2 black widow spiders and continued after Anko. The spiders climbed up in the tree where Anko was. As they slowly approached her without her noticing, they did not touch her skin at all as they went on her clothing before they bite her. Anko brushed one off as she grabbed the other one before she could bite her. I'm sorry if that's your plan, she said as she turned towards where Shino was hiding. I'm immune to snakes, so a little spider venom can't hurt me, she said. It was not meant to kill you. As Anko felt a bit woozy, the next thing she knew, bugs from everywhere started crawl up her body as her chakra started to slowly leave her. As Shino walked up and stabbed her with a kuna as she poofed away. The moment he got back she was smirking. Well. It seems I have 3 vicious killers, she said. I think this is gonna be the best team ever. As she had a smirk on her face. Time skip. Welcome maggots, Uncle said. This is boot camp. For the next 2 months this forest will be your home, where I will turn you 3 into 3 vicious, ruthless, powerful shinobis. But first, my gifts. As she pulled a scroll and unsealed a massive crate. So what has Uncle Chan brought for the good little girls and boys, she said to herself. For Shino and Hinata, we have chakra weights. And for Naruto we have lump of coal. Hinata and Shino opened the boxes as Anko tossed a lump of coal to Naruto. Inside Shino's box there was a set of armor weights, just like Naruto's, except these were silver and Naruto were black. Hinata weights resemble jewelry and clothing though. 2 wrist weights that resemble bracelets. Sensei, why are the weights Shino and I get armor while Hinata's are jewelries? To throw off your opponent, Uncle said. When they say you're moving these things, they wouldn't expect them to be weights. So they would be surprised when your speed just suddenly boosts. It's due to the clothing that you wear, so it won't look too obvious. As the black weights look like coal that she gave him. As Naruto realized if he put her on his pant leg, it looked like he was wearing a dark leg warmer. And also, add chakra to these papers. As they each add chakra to their papers, Naruto paper split in half. Hinata's became wet, and Shino's crumbled to dust. Well, Naruto, your wind. Shino, your earth. Hinata, your water. I'll go into detail about that later, she said. Everything else will come at different time, but first, we have to start out with the basics, like climbing trees. Sensei, I know it, Hinata said. You do? What about you two? As they nodded. Huh? What about water walking, she asked. As everyone nodded. Can you fight in water? They once again nodded. Can you fight upside down in a branch, she asked. But no one responded. Alright, I guess that's what we're starting out with first. As Anko opened the gate, as they stepped inside with her. The moment they did so, they felt it. As Naruto heard the cries. Not of people but from the animals. He could feel the wildlife around him, as it made him feel giddy, like something was about to attack him at any time, but he was ready for them. Hinata was scared as she looked around, as Shino could feel his insects. There were a lot of plants that eat insects around here. As Uncle smiled as she took in a deep breath. "This will be your home for the next 2 months," she said. "Welcome to the forest of death," she said with a smile. A rather happy, cheerful smile. But guys, be and subscribe right here. If you want to see next parts, and do like, subscribe, comment down below, turn on that bell notification, stay posted, and also guys, remember to go ahead and check out the brand new episode of What If Naruto found the Uzumaki curse. They enjoyed that, guys. And over in Anime King, I post a brand new episode of What If Naruto found the Shinigami weapons, so go ahead and enjoy that as well, guys. And remember, for you and this is the first time you hear my voice, yes, I did have 3 channels, and making Anime King 2 and making 3, which I post What If on every single day for you guys to enjoy. So go ahead and click that red subscribe button and become a part of the Anime King family. And also go ahead and turn on that bell notification, stay posted. And remember to comment down below and tell me if you're new. I'll be replying, talking back to all of you. So yeah, without further ado, what is to get the hell out of here. See you guys soon. Peace.